all you passionate penny pinchers. This is Jamie here. Welcome to my kitchen where we're going to be doing some freezer cooking tonight. And I am a total freezer cooking first timer. So I'm really excited to try it. Here's what we're going to be making. This is going to be three cheese manicotti. It is from the freezer meal plan. I don't know if you guys have been following this awesome freezer meal plan, but you can click the link above to pre-order yours because the bag's already sold out. But check it. This is amazingness. It is 12 weeks of freezer cooking menu plans. Beautifully organized. They all have their own shopping list. Sorry, like that. Grocery list. And they come with these cute little baby cards. That you will put, like when you put your freezer meal into the freezer and it's all bagged up, you'll put the little baby card in there. That way when you get it out of the freezer, all you have to do is look at the instructions and pop it in the oven or the slow cooker or whatever. So anyway, like I said, tonight we're going to be making manicotti. I have never made manicotti before. It feels very fancy to me, but it looks super, super easy. I think I'm going to actually make a 2-pack of them. And all you need to make this manicotti is right here. We've got cheese, cottage cheese, cooking spray, pasta sauce, the manicotti itself, and then I have a disposable pan and then some spices. So I want you to be able to watch me make it instead of me hold the camera with one hand. So I'm gonna have my my teenage son, be my cameraman. So I'm gonna have him do that. Let me see if you had any comments that I need to catch up on. Hi Donna, yes, sprinkle this if you know anyone that could use an easy summer of dinners and could use the freezer menu plan, because this is going to make such an easy summer of cooking for anyone that uses these. Thank you for sprinkling. Okay, I'm going to pass this over to him and we are going to get started making freezer cooking manicotti. Here we go. Right, does that look right? Okay, so if you want to come in here. Okay, the first step on my recipe card says I need to spray the bottom of a disposable foil pan thoroughly with cooking spray, which it's going to have sauce at the bottom, but I guess that's good just to prevent any manicotti from sticking that might get under the sauce. And then I've just got the cheap Hunt's tomato sauce. It doesn't make a big difference to me because we're adding all kinds of Italian spices, and I like the 4 cheese flavor. What kind of sauce do you guys prefer? Do y'all have a favorite tomato sauce or spaghetti sauce? So it's to pour half of the sauce in the pan, and I can't see any of your comments, so James will have to peek once in a while for me and tell me what you guys said. Ooh, I used a little too much. I was only supposed to use half the can, and I went crazy. Okay.
Cindy asked what's a good spaghetti sauce to use, as she always uses homemade.
Okay, Cindy, I think that you are like Superwoman if you're using homemade. I usually just buy whatever's on sale, buy one get one free during the week that I'm grocery shopping. There wasn't one on sale this week, and this was like 89 cents, so that's the one I bought. So I have never bought manicotti before, and I'll tell you something, these were hard to find. They were sold out at Walmart, and I only found 2 boxes left at Publix, but they're so cool, I've never bought them. What I was going to tell you guys is that I think if you have trouble finding them as well, that you can probably get away with using the jumbo shells and making stuffed shells the exact same way that you make these. Let me know, give me a harder like if you've ever made manicotti or stuffed shells, if you think that they would work similarly, because I really do think they would. Okay, so now we're going to make the filling for the manicotti, and so for the filling, you need a 24-ounce tub of cottage cheese. You could also use ricotta, but I think the extra liquid in this will be better for the filling. James, I think you might be shadowing because of that light behind you, maybe not. Okay, and then we need mozzarella. We need, how much? 1.5 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. We're gonna add that to this. We're gonna make a really cheesy filling. Let's see. This is 4 cups, 1.5 cups is a little less than half. That looks about right. I'm not a super measurer. Are you guys super measures or more fly by the seat of your pants kind of cooks? Give me a heart if you're more of a guesstimator when it comes to cooking. Give me a like if you really like to stick to the recipe because you're afraid that you'll mess it up, because that's true with some things. Okay, now we need to add 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. James, if you don't mind checking the comments and see if anybody had any questions.
You have a couple answers.
Okay.
One from Amy saying that stuffed shells have been used and have worked.
Awesome. Thank
fairly
you
well.
so much, Amy. I was hoping that that was the case, but I didn't want to tell you guys a lie.
And Connie says that she has trouble filling the shells whenever those are used.
Oh, Connie, this is going to be awesome because you don't have to cook these in advance. You are going to be filling these while they're uncooked. So it's going to be like the easiest recipe you've ever made. And I'm doing a little night owl freezer cooking because I don't like to heat up my kitchen during the daytime. But you don't even have to heat up your kitchen to make this meal because you're going to fill them while they're still crunchy.
There's a question as to what size pan you're using.
Oh, this is a 9 by 11 size pan. Good question. Okay, how much pepper? We need a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And I like mine a little bit, have a little bit kick, so I don't mind if there's a little bit of extra pepper. And then 1/2 teaspoon of garlic salt. Let me know if you guys have trouble finding garlic salt. I know that some people say they've never used garlic salt, but really it's just a ratio of 1/2 garlic to 1/2 salt. So you can make your own garlic salt. Okay. All the ingredients are in there. This is the filling. It's gonna, oh, it smells delicious, so I'm sure it is gonna taste awesome. But stay tuned, because if you are scared of filling the manicotti tubes because you're afraid they'll fall apart and break, you are in luck because we don't even have to boil them. We're gonna fill them whole. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here, you guys. This might be a hot mess express, but let's just see what happens with these manicotti tubes. All right, James, you're gonna come like more behind my shoulder, sort of. Okay. This is this is gonna be a test. All right, so I'm just scooping it in there. What I really wanted to do was get out my Wilton icing piping bag and fill it, but I was out of them. So this is what we're doing instead.
A few people have said that they've used Ziploc bags with the corner cut.
You know what? I think we might try that, you guys. Harder like if you want to try using the, this is going to take me a little while. I maybe need a smaller spoon or something. Okay. This one's mostly full, but let's go ahead and try the Ziploc bag method because I'm curious to see if this kind of a filling would squeeze out easily. So, all right, here is my freezer bag. And what I always do when I'm filling it with icing is I push the corner down into the cup and fold it over, and then I put my icing in. But in this case, we're using, of course, the cheese filling. I'll put it all in there, or as much as we can fit. Have any of you done this? I know James said a couple of you guys have used the Ziploc bag method, but let me know if you have a better method. Maybe there's a trick out there to doing this.
Monica Clark says using a table knife to fill also helps.
Ooh, Monica, that's a better idea. That spoon was just too big. I have a little baby spoon that probably would have worked better.
You also have a few newcomers asking what this recipe is.
Oh, we're making 3 cheese manicotti, but we're making it as a freezer meal so that we can put it in the freezer, and someday this summer when we're at the lake all day, I can just message my husband to get it out and pop it into the oven for us. Okay, so we're gonna cut a little slit and try and fill these. Oh, I'm gonna make a mess, y'all. I just know it. This is not gonna be as easy as it looks. Okay, here we go. Fingers crossed. Oh, that's working so good. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, let's go to the other side. Make sure it's all the way full. Okay, I know you all can't see that, but I can kind of see through the shell, and it really did fill it up all the way. So there we go. We'll put it in next to his brother. I think this hole needs to be a teensy tiny bit bigger. So thanks for whoever mentioned that. I had been thinking about it, but I was a little nervous, but since you do it that way, we'll just do it that way. Oh, this is still messy. Oh my goodness gracious. I cut the hole too big. Too big. Mayday. Oh dear. Alright, somebody said use a knife to push it in. Whew. Oh gosh, these dishes are real hot still. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is real life. I don't know what I'm doing. I have never made manicotti before. Maybe I should have practiced ahead of time, but you get to learn from my mistakes. Mistake number 1, using a giant spoon to stuff them. Mistake number 2 was cutting the hole too big in my piping bag. Come on, go in there. All right, this one's going in. Okay.
There's some suggestions to stuff over the bowl in which you mix the...
Well, that's a great suggestion. That would be way better than what's happening right here, right now. Oh my
Lots
goodness.
of encouragement.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. Okay, there goes that. Well, they don't have to look pretty, right? They don't have to look pretty to taste delicious. Okay. I'm just going to keep trying this piping bag. And y'all tell me if you have, let's see, how many come in this? 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 of these come in a package. Do you think that would fill up your family? Because I'm a little bit worried that with 4 teenage boys, this might not fill up my whole family. So what I'm going to do is deviate just a tiny bit from the recipe. I'm going to add, whenever I do cook it, I'm going to add frozen meatballs and add those to the pan.
A couple of the people are also suggesting putting the bag inside of another bag and recutting the hole.
Oh, yay! That's a great idea. Because these are working, but they are just really, really, really messy. Okay, another bag. Hold on just a second. Who had that idea? They get a pat on the back.
You had Adriana, and before her there was Vicky.
Okay, thank you guys. We'll try that. I got too zealous with how big I cut that first hole, and it was just too much. Okay, fingers crossed, you guys. Let's try this one. Oh, that works so much better, you guys. So much better. Oh, yay. Thank you, Jesus. That was embarrassing. Okay.
A lot of people are saying garlic bread is an amazing side for this.
Yes, garlic bread is an amazing side. And you know what? What I love to use to make garlic bread, and give me a heart or like if you are the same, is hot dog buns. Anytime I have leftover hot dog buns, they are automatic garlic bread. Do y'all do that? I've got some stale hot dog buns that I'm going to throw into the freezer so that whenever I pull this out in a couple of weeks, they will still be good. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. They should have warned me about this meal. That I should have practiced before doing it on live. Okay, there's one more tray of these in here.
Everybody said double it for the amount of boys that you have.
Yes, okay, so instead of doubling it, what I think I'm going to do is serve it with meatballs and garlic bread hot dog buns and a salad. And I think that will cover everybody's appetite sufficiently. This is not going as fast as I want it to go. But it is going faster than it was earlier. There just keeps getting a cheese clog. That's the problem there. What is your all's favorite freezer meal for those of you who have been using the freezer meal kit? Because I think this one looked the easiest. And that's why I wanted to do it, but oh my gracious. Oh, there we go. Oh my gracious. It's a little bit more challenging than I imagined it would be, just because I didn't go into it thinking very clearly about my cheese delivery method. Okay. It's all happening now. All right, James, catch me up on any comments or questions.
A lot of people are saying that hot dog buns and hamburger buns work amazing.
Yes, I agree with you. They are totally perfect. They're all soft. And if they're going to get a little bit stale anyways, but you're going to bake them, no one will taste that they're stale. So they're a perfect alternative to buying Texas toast or whatever.
A couple newcomers are asking, once again, what's the recipe, and also why is it not baked yet?
So this, just like if you've ever made no-bake lasagna, as long as you cover the noodles with sauce, which we will be covering these noodles with sauce here in just a second, as long as you cover the noodles with sauce, they will cook as they bake. And so they're really much easier to fill than, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine filling these if they were already boiled, you guys. That would be the biggest, that would be hilarious if I try to do that. So you get to fill them while they're hard, because whenever we cook them, it's going to boil the noodles in the oven.
Michelle asks, how do we find the recipe for this?
Okay, Michelle, if you click the link above, you can order the freezer meal plan PDF. It's on sale for $16.95, or you can pre-order the box, the recipe box that's coming out. I think it's going to deliver August 30th. And James, come over here if you will for just a second. This is the beautiful, I don't want to get it messy. This is the beautiful 12 weeks of freezer cooking. This is a menu plan. You can make a whole week's worth of meals at a time, put it in the freezer, and then just thaw one day ahead of time for each meal. They come with these baby cards, which I'm going to show you how to use those right now. Okay, so coming back over here, we're going to wrap this up to make it go into the freezer. And y'all, I'm sorry you had to sit through that hot mess. Oh, here's one more idea. If you don't have meatballs, but you want to bulk it up for your meat-loving family, you could totally sprinkle in pepperonis. I love these little baby ones, but you can throw in big ones. You can throw in Italian sausage, anything like that. You can just add it to your pan just to bulk up the meat content if you have, you know, some real meat guys in your family, and we do over here. So, okay, now we're going to pour the rest of the sauce on top, cover it as best you can, and then we're going to spread it around a little bit with my spoon, make sure it's all covered. Okay, normally I'm not cooking at nighttime, so thank you all so much for being so sweet and encouraging about my disaster, my tiny disaster over here. Y'all are so sweet. Okay, and then the last step, and then we're going to wrap it up and put it in the freezer, and I'm going to show you how to do that. The last step is to sprinkle shredded cheese on top. The recipe card says to put 3/4 cup of shredded Italian blend cheese. Now, I like to go a little bit overboard with cheese. Normally, I'll put about a cup of shredded cheese. And then, you know, you could really customize this to your taste. You could add mushrooms. You could add, you know, more ingredients like green peppers and onions and stuff like that if you wanted to. All right, next step is to double wrap it. Here's what we're going to wrap it with. First, wrap it with plastic wrap, which this is a really janky thing of plastic wrap, so it doesn't come off very smooth. But this is so it doesn't get freezer burn and it just stays fresh longer. Okay. And if you've never done freezer cooking, you might just be really nervous to try. So when you get this freezer meal plan bundle, each week you will also get a little email with wonderful tips from Cherie and Lori that say, okay, when you make this manicotti, here's a tip of how to stuff them. You know, things like that. I didn't go read the emails yet. That was my bad. Okay, after you put the plastic wrap on, also cover it with tin foil. Tuck it in around the sides, nice and tight. And here's my favorite part, is we don't want to put our recipe card on it and stick it in the fridge because it'll get, you know, just gross. It might get ice crystals on it and all that sort of stuff. But it comes with these baby cards that have directions for what to do when you thaw it out. And so you could grab a, let's see, you could grab a little Ziploc sandwich bag, or one of those snack bags would really be the perfect size, but I don't have those. You put your baby card inside and you grab a little bit of tape. Let's see, where did I put my tape? You can grab a little bit of tape and just tape it on there, and that way whenever, oh, come on, tape. That way whenever you are taking it out to make it, you don't have to go dig through your recipe tin and find out Okay, first of all, what is this no-name freezer meal? And second of all, how am I supposed to cook it again? But the thing that I really love about having these baby cards is, like I said, if I've got the kids at the lake on a Friday afternoon and I don't want to run home and cook, I can have this thawed out in the fridge and just text my husband and say, hey babe, can you take out that 3-cheese manicotti that we're gonna have for dinner and follow the instructions, which the instructions on this are really just pop it in the oven for 45 minutes and the last 5 minutes uncover it. And so, or no, just the last 5 minutes let it stand. So you would definitely want to take the plastic wrap off before you bake this. It says that on the card, but in case you were worried that we were trying to poison everybody. You could throw in some garlic bread hot dog buns there at the end. I would probably add some meatballs, put some meatballs in the microwave, some frozen meatballs, or add them to the dish itself to bulk it up for my 5-man family, and then serve it with a salad or something like that. So let me catch up on any of your comments that I might have missed. I'm going to switch it around to this. Okay, whew. Y'all, that was exhausting. You all stuck with me. Thank you so much for being supportive and so sweet. Jen, you said you hope your dentist isn't watching. I don't know what that means, but maybe I talked about eating something too sweet. Oh, because I was biting the tape with my teeth. Yes, I don't know. That's just what's handy, okay? So if you're looking for a really easy way to cook meals for your family, to get dinner on the table, and not have to stress about every single night. It is just my biggest stress every single night is when the kids walk downstairs at 4:30 while I'm working and say, what's for dinner? And I'm like, I have to cook again. But when you get the freezer cooking menus, this is such a mess, y'all. But when you get the freezer cooking menus, you can look over your shopping list each week. It is so amazing, like seriously so amazing. Each week there's a grocery shopping list. It'll say get all of these things, and then you can come home and make all these meals and put them in the freezer for the week. Like week number 1, quick and easy lasagna, grandma's beef brisket, lemon pesto chicken tenders, Brunswick stew, and each week has a dessert that comes with it too, which I think is pretty awesome. So I am just really excited to have one freezer meal made. Lori and Cherie have been marathon making like 5 at a time, and y'all saw how much trouble I So I think I actually have extra ingredients to make one more batch of this, and I think since I'm on a roll, I am just gonna go ahead and make a double batch, because what a lot of people in the supper club have been saying to us is that, and the supper club you get to join if you purchase either the PDF or the physical menu plan. You get to join this really supportive group of women, and they're called the supper club. But what a lot of them are doing is taking these freezer meals to people that have fallen on hard times, people that are having babies, people that have taken sick, and they're like, I am so glad I had a freezer full of these because I was able to, with no warning, just show up and give her a week's worth of food. Or I think that's so awesome. And so like I said, I was gonna go ahead and make double, and that way I just have an extra one on hand so that, you know, you can bless somebody else. Or just have an extra week of manicotti. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate you all being so supportive and encouraging and sticking with me through my mess ups. And I hope you guys have a great evening. Definitely click the link above if you want to pre-order the menu planning, the freezer menu planning kit. Again, they won't ship out till August 30th. We totally sold out of the first batch. So we've ordered new boxes, and it won't be able to ship to August 30th, but you can pre-order, or you can just go get the PDF version right now. Thank you guys so much. Thank you all. Have a great evening. Bye.